Hello and welcome to Cricket Happenings, dear friends and subscribers. Sorry about my sore throat here, but let me tell you today what we are going to look at is I'm going to do a preview of three matches which are coming up. One is a very significant test series which is about to kick off between India and England. The first test match starts at Birmingham in Edgbaston tomorrow. So I'll be doing a preview of that match, and then South Africa, who actually got their first win of the tour in the first ODI, take on Sri Lanka in the second ODI at the same ground, Dambulla. And over there, it will be interesting to see whether Sri Lankans can stop South Africa. And the third one, which is coming up, the third preview, is a T20 match. So we have a mix of all the three formats here, and it's a T20 series which is coming up between Bangladesh and West Indies. Bangladesh, fresh from their ODI victory, which was a sort of a very special one for them, coming after 9 years outside Asia. So definitely they would be looking forward, but we all know that West Indies are masters in T20. So I'm going to do three previews. But first I'm going to definitely start off with the first test, which is coming up tomorrow between India and England at Edgbaston. Probably today, when I'm speaking here, it is coming to tomorrow, but probably one can say in many places it will be today. Just doing the preview of the first test match of the series series which is going to start, which one was really waiting for. The one thing that I would like to start off with is, even though there is a lot of fanfare as far as England and India are concerned, playing their first ever test match, I have to say that the reports that are coming in are not so encouraging as far as gate receipts are concerned for test matches, as I'm told that the ticket sales have been very low. People probably are not much interested in test matches nowadays, and they normally flock to the T20 variety or the ODIs. But nevertheless, so that's the news. But anyways, the game will go on, and one knows that test match is a classical version, and this is the one which really shows the batsman's skills, according to me. Even though it might be a bit boring for people to see it in a drab manner for 5 days. I have gone and I have grown up watching all these test matches ball by ball when I was a young boy. I do remember. So, it's all about one's craziness and a passion for the game. So let's begin. Let's begin with the host team. So this particular series, according to me, is going to be something where I would rather put India at definitely England have their home support, they are good, they know the conditions, but I would probably be tilted a bit in favor of India. But yes, it's going to be a tough contest, but I might be tilted a bit in favor of India. But again, India also would be very wary of the fact that in the first two games they did not put up a good show. So they can prove me totally wrong now. I wouldn't know. As far as England are concerned, the marquee battle, according to me, is between the Indian captain Virat Kohli and James Anderson, who is celebrating his 36th birthday. I'm told he celebrated today, so probably tomorrow might be his day in the sun. And yes, just talking about the sun, last time when India went to England, yes, they definitely lost it, but one has to remember the conditions were ideally suited to England. But this season, I am told that the conditions in England have been pretty dry. It has been very sunny, some unusual heat has been floating around, so definitely it's not conditions that one could say would be tailor-made for the England's seamers. So definitely, and India also, if at all it is really going to be those conditions, India has a variety of bowlers in the form of Mohammad Shami, Ishan Sharma, Umesh Yadav, Hardik Pandya, who all can swing the ball at good pace. So definitely it's an even battle out there. And let's talk about the England team. England team has Alistair Cook and Keaton Jennings opening. Alistair Cook is looking in some good form after playing that fine innings against I think it was an India A team, if I'm not wrong, but again I have to confirm that. So Alistair Cook and Keaton Jennings will open the innings. Keaton Jennings already when he came to India, he did a good job against India in the very first Test match, as you would remember. So Keaton Jennings and Cook to open the innings. Joe Root, the captain, the solidifier, one could call it, and he has already got the better of the Indians in the other versions. And then they have decided to go for David Mallon. Now David Mallon is slotted at number 4. And then comes Johnny Bannister, the wicketkeeper, who is always, according to me, a very dangerous player, according to me, Johnny Bannister. And Ben Stokes is coming in at number 6, another marquee all-rounder who has really not has not found his mojo, one could say, after coming back from the injury. And then Josh Butler coming at number 7. And this England team, I can tell you one thing. James Anderson can also bat, so I would say they bat all the way down to number 11. Adil Rashid has been preferred. Moeen Ali has been pushed out. So Moeen Ali, the vote has gone to Adil Rashid just because of the reason that Adil Rashid is also an all-rounder who can also bat. But the basic thing is that Adil Rashid is a much I wouldn't say better, but Adil Rashid is a very good spinner, and I think Adil Rashid has given the Indians a tough time, and that was probably the reason that England have decided to rope in Adil Rashid, who is playing for England in front of the home crowd for the first time, because he has gone for some series abroad, but he has never played a test. So that is another significant moment for Adil Rashid. And Sam Curran would be there. So Sam Curran is another one who has been preferred with the new pair being the new pair sharing the new ball, being the experienced Stuart Broad and James Anderson, which is a lethal opening bowling pair, and then he would be supported by the left arm bowler, which is Sam Curran, to lend a lot of variety, and I think that will be interesting to see. And Sam Curran has been looking good as well. Now let's have a look at the Indian team. If one has a look at the Indian team, well, it will be interesting to see tomorrow as to what they come up with, because it was always a question mark as to who will play. Shikhar Dhawan had hit a really bad patch. He did not score well in the tour game. Whether the Indians would be prompted to give KL Rahul an opportunity with Murli Vijay, and Shikhar Dhawan might sit out. That's my gut feeling here. But KL Rahul, Murli Vijay is someone who definitely, I'm sure, he is someone who has already got his pace, because he did well in the tour match where he showed how to bide this time at the crease and negotiate the bowlers. So Murli Vijay and KL Rahul will probably open the innings. Shikhar Dhawan might have to sit out. Cheteshwar Pujara has also did not have a good tour game, so he will be also under a bit of pressure. But nevertheless, Pujara is someone who can be relied upon. And then, as I said, it's Virat Kohli. And Virat Kohli, as I said, there's only one thing. Virat Kohli, till now, wherever he has gone, he has scored tons of runs, but he has still not won the battle against James Anderson. As you know, James Anderson made him the bunny boy last season when Indians toured England. But this time, Virat Kohli, I'm sure he will be getting over that for sure. And then Ajinkya Rahane, another very good player. And also Dinesh Karthik, who is in some very excellent form right now, and he will be the wicketkeeper batsman, so that strengthens. And then Ravichandran Ashwin, the all-rounder. Then they have Hardik Pandya, another genuine all-rounder, coming in at number 8. And then India also, I would say India definitely has two people who could be called tailenders, Ishan Sharma and Umesh Yadav. Now, the other question mark for India would be whether they need to go for an extra seamer in the form of Mohammad Shami, who has some good pace, or are they going to go in for the spin twin, Ravindra Jadeja? That will be interesting to see. Probably they might take the call after looking at the pitch. And it will be interesting, as I said, there's a real heat wave going on, so that might prompt, in my opinion, to probably go for Mohammad Shami. But Mohammad Shami has not really done well. Even in the tour game, he was totally off color. So I would rather feel that it might be Jadeja's turn to do the spin twin duties with Ravichandran Ashwin. So that is as far as the first test is concerned, but all in all, it should be a wonderful battle on the cards. Now, let's talk about the second ODI, which is coming between South Africa and Sri Lanka. And South Africa and Sri Lanka, well, it is all the onus will be on the Lankans, no doubt about it, because they have already lost the first one-day international in a very, I would say, they definitely did not look the team that was actually having a nice time in the test series. So let's have a look at the Sri Lankan team and see what they can come up with tomorrow, because I'm sure they would be training their eyes on getting a victory tomorrow, because once they get the victory, they could breathe free. But if South Africa go and win the second match, probably for Sri Lanka it would be a sort of a tough climb. But Sri Lanka, well, if you look at the Sri Lankan team, Kushal Pereira really got into some good touch along with I think Trisra Pereira. Other than that, Niroshan Dikwala, it's high time that Niroshan Dikwala, one has seen that he's not, he's normally a player who plays very aggressively, has some unorthodox cricket in him, but he has not really come to the fore. Will tomorrow be the day? Upul Taranga is the one who will give a lot of solidity to the Sri Lankan proceedings. And then we have the talented Kushal Mendes, another wonderful stroke maker, and then the experience of Angelo Matthews. Shehan Jayasuriya failed in that particular match as well. And then the bowling will be in the hands of Akila Dhananjaya, did a very good job. Lakmal, but Lakshan Sandakan, whether they would be prompted to give a ODI debut to the new left arm spinner Prabhat Jayasuriya. It will be interesting because Lakshan Sandakan leaked a lot of runs the other day. He was smashed for 78 runs of his 8 overs, if I'm not wrong. And then Kasun Rajita, another person who would be coming in handy as well. So that is as far as Sri Lanka is concerned. So Sri Lanka definitely, and they are going to play it on the same track, which is at Dambula. And so basically it should be a nice sunny day according to me. And it will be interesting to see whether Sri Lanka had learned their lessons after the first ODI, and they can actually thrust their best foot forward. As far as South Africa are concerned, to me, as far as South Africa are concerned, one thing that has to happen or is bound to happen is, as I always said, form is temporary, but class is permanent, and that is Hashim Amla I'm talking about. And reason I'm talking about Hashim Amla, because he has been really, really short of runs. And he has been really, really struggling. I mean, another thing that one has noticed is that he has been ceding his wicket away. I mean, normally he's a very good player of spin, but it has been very surprising to see that every time Hashim Amla has succumbed to a spinner. So that really makes it a bit complicated for Hashim Amla. And as I said, form is temporary, class is permanent, which is something which I'll always say about this bloke, Hashim Amla. He's 36 years of age right now, 35 probably. But Aidan Markram missed out on the... So Hashim Amla will be expected to get into some good form there. So that is one thing that South Africa will be praying. And then Aidan Markram was out on the very first ball, so he would definitely like to change that totally. Duplessis and Quinton de Kock got some good knocks there. Dumini did a good job in nurturing them to victory with a 50. David Miller. Vian Mulder could not, his batting was good in the brief stay at the crease, but his bowling was something which leaked a lot of runs, probably went at 10 runs per over. And then they have the another all-rounder, Andil Philipwao, and Kagiso Rabban and Tabrai Shamsi were the ones who shared the spoils the other day, and Lungi Gedi bowled an economical line as well. So definitely, I think it's a nice battle. South Africa will have to keep up the winning habit, and Sri Lanka would like to stop them tomorrow. As far as the first T20, the T20 series now, after Bangladesh won the close ODI series, the focus shifts on to T20 series, and one knows for a fact that West Indies on their land are very powerful. They already, as you know, they are the T20 champions, and on their land they are very, very powerful. Let's make no mistake about that. And T20 is something which comes very naturally to the West Indies, according to me, because there are a lot of cricketers who really like to hit the ball out of shape. We have seen that, and I will also talk about a few players. But one thing for Bangladesh that they would like it is that Chris Gale wicket, as you know, they celebrated as if they won a World Cup, as you know, in Bangladesh. He won't be there, as the West Indies Cricket Board had decided to rest him. Instead, they're given an opportunity to Andre Fletcher. Andre Fletcher is also another person who likes to really get on with the game, and Evan Lewis is a dasher as well. So Evan Lewis and Andre Fletcher will open the innings, giving it a lot of oomph at the top of the order. Marlon Samuels comes back, so that is good news. So Marlon Samuels is there on one drop, so he can use all his experience to guide his West Indies innings through. Dinesh Ramadan is slotted at number 4, and then they have a spate of all-rounders, according to me. Andre Russell, the man who is a really a basher of a cricket ball. Roman Powell the other day showed what a wonderful, young, talented, big hitter he is in cricket. And Roman Powell, what he has shown is that he has two aspects to it. It is not only about going and hitting the ball in a blind manner, but also Roman Powell is capable of adjusting to the situation as and when it occurs, which he showed with that stabilizing innings that he played in the company, I think, of Solomon Hetmyer, if I'm not wrong, in the ODIs. Carlos Brathwaite will be the one who would be leading the side. He himself is a good all-rounder. One has not heard much of Carlos Brathwaite in the recent past, but I'm sure he is looking forward to it. And then they have Kimo Paul, who is a very skiddy bowler, sort of, according to me. And he's also a good bat as well. He also has scored some good runs as well. And then they have Ashley Nurse. Ashley Nurse is also a very decent bat and a good spinner. And then they have Samuel Badry, the T20 specialist spin bowler, and Kesrick Williams, another T20 specialist bowler who can bowl superbly by throttling the batting order. As far as and this match is going to be played at the Warner Park. And as far as Bangladesh are concerned, there is a lot of jigging being done. So Tamim Iqbal, Anamul Haq, who failed in the ODI series, probably has taken his ticket back home. Litton Das has shown that I think Bangladesh are probably developing Litton Das as a sort of a T20 specialist opener, and he has shown it in the past. And so Litton Das is someone who is not afraid to go over the top in the power play overs, which is something which is very, very important, so that Tamim Iqbal can probably settle down and then probably play a long innings. And then they have Soumya Sarkar, another very good stroke maker, coming in at number 3. Mushfiqur Rahim, the dangerous player, according to me, in this Bangladesh team. And then they have the experienced captain Shakib Al Hasan, then the finisher Mahmudullah following him. Ariful Haq, now Sabir Rahman's form has really thrown that post wide open now, because he has not been hitting any good form, and his place might be taken by Ariful Haq. And then the spinner Marius and Miraz has been doing a great job according to me, and he is a genuine spinner, and he's an all-rounder, as you know, he can bat as well. And then the bowling will be in the hands of Mustafizur Rahman and Abu Jayed, who impressed in the test matches to me, and Nazmul Islam, the left arm spinner, to add some variety to the mix here, as far as the Bangladesh cricket team is concerned. So it should be a wonderful game. As I said, the West Indies would be favourites, but Bangladesh could definitely spring a surprise going on their recent showing. Well, dear fans, friends and subscribers, I know probably it was a broadcast where my throat was not really cooperating, but still I decided to go the whole hog, and that's it, dear fans and subscribers. It gives me great pleasure bringing you this cricket show on a daily basis. Hope you also feel the same there, with more to come tomorrow on all these 3 matches. Your host Ram will be with you on your next cricket broadcast. Until then, it's your host signing off for the day.